Hello and welcome to Excalibur. In this video, I will show you a small utility that I prepared for capturing notes. So often we see that during some kind of meetings or when we are doing some work, we have some small text or data or some notes that we need to copy and paste, maybe temporarily, maybe we need to store them in different files. But this utility, you can save them temporary as well as you can store them at one particular place. So let's see how this works. This is an Excel based tool, so I'll just quickly open this file for you. Okay, so this is the interface for notes. Okay, and it provides us with a text box here wherein you can type your notes. So note 1, note 2, and so on. You can add multiple notes, right? Once your meeting is done, you don't need the notes again. You can just remove it. Then for the next meeting or the next task, you can save again like node 3, node 4. So this interface can be used multiple times, right? And keep on pressing enter. You can add breaks and you can type in any text for that matter, right? Now, for example, you want to also save this note for a future reference. So earlier we used to, save separate notepad files or there would be different locations. Now here if you press the save button, it goes to the file, right? We'll see later how it's recovered. Now it's saved, and then maybe it's the next day, then you have to type some more notes. So you type notes and you also want to save these, so you can click on the save button. Also you see that this utility is like this is movable, so you can move it anywhere on your desktop, right? Okay, now let's see where our notes go. So if you click on this archives button, it will open up the Excel that is behind this notes utility. Now if you see carefully, we have 4 tabs here. The one with the notes is the one that we have created and saved. So this is the one that I created, more notes, and it comes with a date and time stamp. Similarly, the note one, it also comes with a date and timestamp. So if you're doing on different days or at different times in one particular day, the timestamp will change. Okay. The sheet one is the template, like this is being copied and made it to notes. And on the data tab, we get the counter of the number of notes. Okay, so there are 2 notes at the moment, and this count is also used to name the notes. So note 1 and 2, this 1 and 2 comes from this counter. Now I will take you to the logic or the code by which it is being developed. So we go to the developer tab, click on Visual Basic. Okay. So the first thing that I've done here is that on the action workbook open, I've made this application visibility to false, which means Excel opens up and runs in the background, but will not be visible to the user, and you only see the user form. So user form 1.show. So you see the user form 1 on your screen. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's come to the user form that I've created. So this is my user form interface. I've used a frame, then a text box, and 2 control buttons. In the text box, if you want to make some more customizations, let's say you want to change the colors or you want to change some settings, because I have made the settings here so that the text box will allow me to enter different lines, right? If you don't want to do that, you want to restrict it, you can change the behavior here. So all the properties of the text box, you can try different options here and see what impact it does it give on the text box. So it has a lot of properties. You can change colors, you can change fonts and things like that, right? I've kept it simple, but it's fully customizable. Okay, now let's come to the save button. So if I double click on the save button to see what's the code behind, we see that first thing that it does is it goes to the data sheet. It picks up the value from cells 3,3 where our counter is stored, and as you are pressing it for the first time, it will increment it to 1. If it's the second time, it will increment to 2. So there is 1 increment there, and then it stores back again on that cell. So we had seen that the counter was 2 here, so because we store it back again on this cell, and I pick that value in the variable y. Okay. Now what I do is I activate the sheet 1 and make its copy. Okay, because so the sheet 1 is our base template. So I make sheet 1 like a copy of the sheet 1, and then the new worksheet I rename it as note. Okay, and y is my counter. So because I want a different name for each worksheet, that is why I have kept a counter, and it will name these worksheets as note 1, note 2, note 3, so on, right? And then in this new worksheet I put the value of the time and date stamp using the now function in the cell 1 comma 1. So from here we get our time and day, and in cell 3 comma 1 I put the value of the text box. So text box 1 dot value goes to the cells 3 comma 1. So whatever you have written goes here. Okay, and you can save it multiple times. It will just keep on creating a copy of the sheet 1 and saving it with a new name, so you can have all your data at one place, all your notes, and once it's not required, maybe you can delete it. The counter does not matter, you don't have to change that, it will automatically update, so that's not a problem. Okay, so back to user form 1, then we go to the archives. Okay, so on the archives button, it's a very simple thing. I make the application visibility to true. So which means whenever we see the user form, there is an Excel in the background which does not appear. So this makes it appear. Okay, and I hide the user form as well. If I do not hide the user form here, then the control is on the user form and you will have to close the user form. Okay, so just to avoid that extra click, I hide the user form here, right? And there's one more important thing that I do is that on the termination of the user form, I have defined that this workbook will be saved, okay, and the application will be quitted and there will be no alerts. The reason why I do that is that if you open, let's say, the user form and you just close it and you don't make any save or any changes, okay, the application, the Excel application in the background is still running, right? So it does not close if you even close the user form. So there is a need that we have to close this application, otherwise when you open it the next time it may cause problems. That's the reason I save the workbook and quit if you if you terminate the user form from the front interface. So basically that's the coding in the background. You can try making your own, and if you like this and you want to see some more utilities like these, please subscribe to my channel Exceliver. Thank you very much.